We are live.
We are live.
It
You know what?
is alive.
It is alive. And this episode, you might notice, is coming out, or this live stream is coming out Friday. This podcast will come out Saturday because I was in the middle of traveling, and due to technical difficulties and no internet, no cell service, because I was out in the middle of nowhere. And nothing's ever promised or proven when you're traveling. So unfortunately, I apologize to all our fans who like to tune in on Wednesday. That is my fault, but we're making up for it today. And with that, this is the best experience with your host Nick Best and me. And we have some new members, and Nick's going to introduce them.
All right. So I apologize if I butcher these, but I'm trying. Yanyan Zhang, thank you very much. Taihan Sen, thank you very much. Earth 998, thank you. Appreciate you. ZYNF5DWPWW, thank you very much. And Lur Chen, thank you very much. I appreciate that.
These are our new tiered members, so thank you guys for joining. We appreciate the support.
We get to keep doing what we're doing.
Exactly. And we have another tier. We have a free tier for those who just like to join to watch the content, get the latest updates when episodes come out, and get access to exclusive content on not a regular basis, but every so often we throw something out there for our members that join that free tier. And I will read these names, and please, I apologize if I butcher it too. I'm saying this is we're not the best at the readings.
We're working on it.
Exactly. Nevada, Tessa Phil, U 1122888, Grizzly Fur 24, Q QQ 3569, Hugh Z Shy, Edelo, you needy 20. Thank you guys for joining and being a part of our free tier. So we appreciate that. Thank you guys for supporting us and our content. And one of the bonuses to being a tiered member, I'm saying, we have two tiers to pick from, so you guys can actually choose the ones that you want. And part of that tier is you get to ask Nick questions, and we answer our Patreon questions from our Patreon members. You guys can drop it right in at any point in time. You don't even have to wait; just throw it in there, and you even might get a response back. So, we appreciate the questions that come in. I'm saying, Nick, would you like me to read the first one, or are you going to get it?
I'll get it.
All right.
So it says, "Hi Nick, thanks for sharing photos of America's Strongest Man in 2007. A great perk of being a Patreon subscriber." That was in parentheses. "I really started following Strongman in the mid-2000s and was instantly a fan of you guys like Kevin Nee, Jesse Marunde. I apologize if this is a sensitive subject, but I was curious if you had any stories about Jesse that you or Callie would like to share with the fans. I wish you luck as you continue through your PT. And thanks for answering fan questions." Well, no problem. I'll always do that. As far as like, I can share things I had with Jesse, which was pretty limited, but it was still really good. But Callie's on. It's up to her as far as that goes. Callie and I are no longer married, so. I can't really speak for her anymore, but it's been over a year now. So
exactly.
I didn't really announce a whole lot of it. I just went on with life, and
that's the best way to go about it
and stuff like that. So
exactly.
I remember meeting Jesse the first time in 2006. I believe it was at Van Hatfield's contest where I went up to compete the first time as a pro, and I was pretty impressed with Jesse and his attitude and everything else. And I think the biggest thing I was most impressed with was he was a good dad to Dawson. He went and sat, like when everybody was eating, he went and sat off alone with Dawson and just spent time with him, almost had like a little picnic thing in the grass in Van's backyard. And that was pretty cool. It was neat. He was a family man. He loved his family dearly. He loved Dawson dearly. Yeah. So that was a pretty neat thing. And then I got to see him a couple other times. At the Olympia, he wanted to borrow some equipment for the tool booth. And I let him use some of my stuff and things like that. So I got to hang out with him a lot, and we did a lot of talking. He was a great guy. He really was. Totally great guy. Very loyal, very dedicated guy too. I mean, the metrics girls were,
Yeah,
they were all about him, and he was like,
if
no,
you were about the metrics, you understood back then.
yeah, and he was like, no, thank you. I got a beautiful woman at home. So it's pretty neat to know that he's that good of a guy. Just because a lot of guys are not that good. I can tell you that right now, and he's one of them. So rest in peace, buddy. Yeah, and as far as thanks for wishing me luck with the PT. The bandages come off the right hip now. Excuse me, off the left hip now.
Yes.
The right hip, I have a bit of an infection. I've been taking antibiotics for the last 8 days. I got 12 more to go. It's draining clear, which is great, but it is draining. The swelling's gone way down. I can walk around on it a whole heck of a lot better now. Things are going actually very well. It's going in the right direction. I just have to be more patient, and everything should be fine. I totally overcooked it last week.
Yes.
My son Dylan got married on Monday, which I'll get to the second question here in a second.
Oh yeah. We'll get into the wedding and all that stuff a little later too.
But I kind of overdid it for 3 solid days, and that didn't help matter as much. But got home, got some rest, took the antibiotics, changed the dressing a lot, thanks to help with my mom. Without her, I couldn't be doing this right now. She's staying with me been with me for about a week now, and she puts up with my crabbiness and everything else when I'm in pain. So I couldn't say thank you enough to her. I really can't. But yeah. So let's get to question 2, and then we'll talk more about the wedding.
Oh yeah.
All right. Of all the athletes you've trained, competed against, or spent time around, who surprised you the most behind the scenes, and what did they do differently that made them stand out from everyone? There's so many guys that really are standout guys that really do that. Eddie's one of them. Brian, though, I mean, Brian's Brian through and through. I mean, he loves Kerry, loves his family, very dedicated, very focused on tasks and goals and things he wants to accomplish in life, and he's just different from everyone else. I mean, he takes the rehab seriously. He takes the eating seriously. He takes every single part for that seriously. And so did Eddie. Eddie had a hyperbolic chamber at his house, that he would use for recovery, plus the cold plunge and the jacuzzi and all the other recovery stuff that he did. So both of these guys took things extremely seriously, and had goals that they wanted to accomplish and did. So it's pretty neat seeing that kind of dedication, front to back, top to bottom, just all the way around. There's guys I've met that, you sit there and you watch them, and you look at all the ability that they have, but they just don't have those things that those 2 guys did. They don't. The dedication doesn't follow through off the training, the competitive cycle. It doesn't follow through. Some of the guys will do self-destructive behaviors and stuff and go out and do things. I mean, when I was training, getting ready for things, if it had nothing to do with Strongman, I didn't want to do it. I mean, I really didn't. It's like, if I was getting ready for a contest, it was the eating, it was the rehab, and all the stuff the same way that those guys did it. I just didn't have the financial things for some of the extra equipment that they had to do that with. But I still did the best I could, and I still did pretty good with it. So
exactly.
It's those guys. There's only so many of those types of people around. I'm extremely impressed with Reno Nall. I really am. I mean, he's a great kid. He works
They
his
almost
ass
took it
off.
again.
He keeps improving at a great
Yep.
level. And, Reno and Hooper could be fighting for a while because he was the
Yep.
only one that was in Hooper's realm this year.
Do
I
you
mean,
think that's
literally,
another Big Z Brian Shaw rivalry?
yeah, I think it'll be something similar to that
Mm-hmm.
for the next 4 or 5 years. It'll be pretty strong. It's going to be hard to see other people catch up to that,
Yeah.
to where they're at, and they'll be battling quite a bit. So, Reno's got some very smart people around him that are helping him and focusing with him, and Mitchell's just so intelligent and so smart. He's on a whole nother level as far as figuring things out go, knowing what he can get, and strategy. He's probably one of the best at strategy. Okay, I don't need to do these, but I just need to do this. And at this point, if I stay here doing this, this, and this, we're going to get to these events where he's not as good, and I need to be. This is where I need to be on this event, and this is where I need to be on that event, and
That's it.
that's why he won this year. It was pretty impressive, actually.
Yeah.
To watch him do that, to get second in literally every single event.
Yep.
So, or tied for second. So there's things like that really, really, and another one's, Hooper. I mean,
Yeah.
everybody makes mistakes, and
Yep.
they all have. But he's also that smart. He's also that good. He fixed his mistake,
Mhm.
and they're happy. And at the end of the day, that's all that matters. And they saved it. And that's a beautiful thing. It truly is.
That's it.
Got a lot of respect for that. So there's just so many guys out there that are truly good dudes. That most of the bad guys that come up that are kind of jerks and really aren't that great of people, they don't last that long. They really don't. Even if they got a really high talent level, they still just don't last that long. Guys won't tell them as much. They'll piss off the crew that's around them, and they'll end up losing the crew. They'll lose their support system, and then they can't make it without nobody at the level is going to make it without a good support system. Nobody.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, it's very rare to find somebody who does literally everything by themselves.
Yeah.
So
And the strongman community is very tight knit, so it's like it takes quite a bit to be that kind of person where everyone's gonna not deal with you. You know what I'm saying?
Right. So that usually gets sorted out at the high amateur level as well.
Yeah.
But there are a few guys that sneak in
Mhm.
at the pro level, and they usually don't get a whole lot of advice from the other guys. So so there's that.
Oh yeah.
So that's all I got to say about that, Jenny.
Well, those are some good fan questions. Thank you guys for
Yeah.
and if you'd like to ask your questions, you join the Patreon. For those who already, just throw it in there. You know what I'm saying? We go through them, we read them, we respond to them, and you might. Yeah.
I think we should go to 3 or 4 of these too, by the way.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
So
We can start. Like I said, we start getting more questions coming in. We'll start answering more questions from these fans.
Yep,
and one thing too is like we'll throw out a little reminder because that's something that we don't do too often. But I will start throwing out a little reminder like, hey, make sure you guys ask a question. The podcast is coming up, so keep an eye out for that. And so we were talking about the wedding. Dylan was married, and I got to go down. I got to witness it. I got to be there with Nick, and it was amazing. It was. The food was great. The venue was great. You know what I'm saying? It was great weather.
It was just a beautiful wedding all the way around. It truly was. I mean, I couldn't ask more. And such great kids. I mean, those two have been together for 7.5 years, and they've been like joined at the hip.
Yeah.
The whole entire time. They complete each other. They play off each other's strengths and weaknesses. She's strong at certain things. He's strong at certain things. And they both complement each other, and they don't hold each other, they don't put each other down for the weaknesses. They just pick it up and go and make sure that they take care of that weakness. So it's neat. They're a perfect match. They truly are. And
yes, they are.
They're already doing well. I mean,
they're doing extremely well. Well, they've had a good example to follow and be inspired by. And I'm saying, Dylan,
Well, that's the
has.
thing.
He's an
Yeah.
exact copy of your mindset because
Yeah.
it's so funny. Dylan is
Oh
his
yeah.
own person, but you see so much of him in you,
Yeah. Oh
or
yeah.
the other way around. If for those who are listening,
Yeah. He really he really knows. He really watched and learned that if you work hard and you bust your tail, good things happen. I mean,
yep,
he saw it firsthand. I didn't shove it down his throat. He just sat there and watched and documented some of it. He did a
yep,
lot of filming for me, and you know, he he wanted to make his own way, and he played lacrosse instead of instead of powerlifting or strongman and stuff like that, which is awesome. He does
mhm,
CrossFit, which is awesome. Um, but he wants to do it on his own mud, and I got nothing but respect for that.
yep.
And the kid does nothing but work his tail off. He really does.
That's it.
So
So
pretty
you know,
impressive, both of them. Taryn's the same way. She worked.
oh yeah,
They went all through college together. They took all
yep,
the same classes together.
yep.
They
And
they
now
they
they own a business together.
they own a business together. So they're doing very, very well, and
Yeah,
I'm so proud of both of them. And
exactly.
Taryn's the best now too, so that's kind of
Yeah,
cool.
exactly. And that's one thing too. Is like, when
Yeah,
I started coming around, and I started being, me and Nick started working together, and our friendships developed, and Dylan was one of the family members that really took me in and was like,
yeah.
Ben, I like having you around. Ben, you and my dad get along so well. I don't understand, but you guys are keeping each other busy.
Yeah, oh yes, we definitely do that. So it's good stuff.
Oh yeah,
So yeah, it was an amazing wedding. It
yeah,
really was. It was beautiful. They walked down the stairs. Dylan came down with Callie and Rayanne, and he hugged both of them, and they went to the side, and then he went up there and had to wait, and then Rhett walked down Taryn,
mhm.
her dad, and he gave her to Dylan, and it was a beautiful ceremony. It truly was.
It was.
It
It
was
was.
awesome.
We have a little clip that we're actually going to be putting up tonight. So for
Yeah,
those that are in the Patreon, you guys will see the firsthand look before it's published on social
yeah,
media.
yeah,
So
yeah,
it's just one of those things. You know what I'm saying? It's great to see your kids getting married off. All
yeah.
my kids are younger. They're not quite at that marrying age yet, thank God. But you know what I'm saying.
Yeah,
I look forward to this to be able to be in witness for those for mine. So it's just, Nick, congratulations on
thanks, bud.
raising such a beautiful child and
Yeah, he's a
a
good kid.
great man.
Thank
You
you.
know, and getting into that, we were talking a little bit about your leg. We are talking a little
Hmm.
bit about what's going on, and like as of right now, like I said, you're changing your bandages.
Yep.
Only one side is still trying to catch up. You're moving. Your mobility's coming. You know
Yep.
what I'm saying? Let's just talk a little bit about the pain levels and just having, because when it comes to PT, and we've had this conversation numerous times, because Nick does not like to take pain pills, but
Mm-mm.
hey, when you got to take them, you got to take them.
Hmm.
When they're needed is
Hmm.
when they're needed. They're a tool in the toolbox, but
Yeah,
it's something you don't
but
want to depend on.
yeah, pain pills are good when you need them. But as far as everything else goes, they're also good for feeling better than what you really are.
Yeah,
And so, like, I'll take them to go to sleep if I need to, like if I'm in pain when I lay down, which is not very common. I mean, it still hurts, but I can usually focus my mind and center things and fall asleep without it. But there's been a few times where it's like, oh my gosh, okay, I fought the good fight. I'm doing this today so I can get some rest.
yes,
But it's not good when you go up and you need to go out and move around and do things, because you'll take a step you shouldn't. You'll do things you shouldn't be doing because it doesn't hurt right now. And that's never a good idea. So use them for what they're for, but don't use them to do things you shouldn't be doing. It, it, it'll, the pain is to keep you in line, to
yes,
keep you from doing. And as the pain goes away, you heal, you're able to do more and more. You just have to be patient to get through that stuff. And, yeah. So, and like I said, the right hip or the left hip is doing great. They took the bandage off that completely today. They took the
yeah,
staples out last week, and then the bandages they took completely off. She's like, oh, you don't need anything there anymore.
Yeah.
I'm like, thank you, but the right one is still, it's still, it's still draining. There's
Yeah.
still, the swelling's going down. It looks a lot better. It functions a lot better. But it's still putting out a substantial amount of fluid.
Yeah.
So I got to change the dressing about every 2 or 3 hours, and then put like a super thick one on when we go to sleep. But you don't want the wound to sit in the
Yeah.
and be wet with the
Bile or
fluid
whatever. Yeah.
the fluid for very long. It's not
Yeah.
coming out pussy. It's not
Yeah.
coming out. It's not coming out smelling bad, but it's still draining.
Yeah.
So, but they also did so much work on that hip. I mean,
Yeah.
they hammered for 2 hours to get all the bone growth and stuff like that off of it,
Yeah.
because my bone density is like obnoxious. And the doctors
Exactly. They had to reshape the hip because the hip tried
Yeah.
to build around the
it did.
around the leg. You know what I'm saying?
The spurs and all the bone growth that was around it to protect it was pretty substantial. And
Yeah.
the doc's like, he goes, yeah, you wore me out.
Yeah.
So they used a chisel, and so it's okay. I mean, the thing is, though, it's getting better. I can move on it better. It doesn't
Yeah.
hurt nearly as much. So, like, driving the truck is not real comfortable for me yet.
Yeah.
I can still get comfortable while doing it, but I like to use cruise control right now because stepping on the brake and stepping on the gas is less than fun.
Yep.
But you do what you do, you get things done, and you just go with it. So,
exactly.
But for the most part, it's getting better. I just got to stay patient.
Yeah.
And then I got 2 more days on the prescription, and then after I saw the doctor today, they're like, "Yeah, we want you to run another 10 days on the same thing."
Exactly.
Which I was like, "Okay, cool." And so we're going to do that. And he goes, by then it should be sealed. They want it to get air.
Yeah.
Now for an hour or 2 a day.
Yeah.
So that's fine. I usually do that when I wake up in the morning.
Yeah.
You clean it out and take a shower, let the water run on it a little bit, and then re-clean it out afterwards.
Yeah.
And then put on some like sweat shorts that will absorb it as I'm sitting and let air get to it.
Yeah.
So, or as I'm walking around doing stuff.
Yeah.
Which is helping.
And we do have a couple of events coming up. FIFA's in July.
FIFA's in July.
So it's like, fingers crossed for being recovered to go.
Yeah.
And then after that, we do have the Olympia coming up. And
the Olympia, and then there's also the home gym conference.
Yes, the home gym conference.
So we'll be going to the home gym, and that's at the end of July. So
yeah,
that'll be really freaking neat to go to. And I guess Brian's in the booth right across from me, so that'll be fun.
That'd be nice.
Yeah, that'll be good. It'd be good to see him.
Exactly. So it's just about getting recovered, getting to these points, and being able to go. So we wanted to jump on here, make sure that we can greet our new members, talk about what's going on, answer some questions, and just give a quick update. I'm saying Nick's moving a little at a time. He's making those slow and steady gains and making that progression.
Yeah, I mean, I look like Fred Sanford when I'm walking, but I mean, I can walk. I can walk without the walker, but I like walking with the walker because it makes my gait more normal.
Yeah.
Right now, I need to get back to the normal gait.
Yes.
I think once the swelling clears out of my right hip, that won't be an issue. Yep. Once I get to where I can keep my balance on each foot individually for probably 10 to 20 seconds, get that up, my walking will probably be completely back to normal at that point. So that's kind of one of the things I'm starting to work on even while this is going on. So it's kind of cool.
Oh. That's it.
My problem is now I get an itch on my other ankle and I can't. You're not supposed to cross your legs.
No, you're not supposed to cross your legs.
So I
don't scratch your leg with your other leg.
I can't.
I know no one can see it, but Nick's got a magic reaching stick, and I'm pretty sure it's nowhere near him.
No, it's nowhere near me right now.
We'll have to demonstrate it on the next time. But Nick, I didn't want to keep you because Nick likes to record these standing up. So I just wanted to let you guys know. I'm saying I wanted to keep it a little short because I didn't want him standing too long on his legs. So Nick,
we're doing pretty good.
Oh yeah.
I'll take us home in a sec. Just Another thing, my weight went from about 295, 300 pounds down to, I'm down to 274, which is
Yes.
good because it's my weight has stabilized. The hospital food was a little rough.
Little
And
rough.
so, okay, I don't understand if you're at a rehab hospital why you're getting like cafeteria type food. It makes no sense to me.
Well,
I
you're
mean,
getting processed food. That's what they're
well,
feeding you.
yeah,
That's the level of standard you're
no,
gonna
I know,
get.
but you're there, you're trying to heal from surgeries, you're trying to do things,
Yep.
and you're getting processed foods, you're not getting whole foods and stuff like that. And it just doesn't make any sense. People should be eating protein
Yeah.
because that's what your body puts itself back together with, and
Yep.
good amounts,
Yeah.
not just half a chicken breast that's
Yeah.
tiny.
4 ounces. That's almost what they're only
Yeah,
giving you per meal.
and and then they give you butter and mashed potatoes. It's
Not
like,
even real butter. That's the
yeah,
crazy part.
yeah, true. So it's just some of this doesn't make any sense if you're in that industry. If you're in the health industry, it makes no sense why hospital food is so unhealthy, or even at the rehab facilities, why the food is so unhealthy. I mean, you have a chef that's hired to cook for massive amounts of people.
Yeah.
Okay, you could still cook healthy food. I
Yeah.
mean, you can still cook rice. You can still cook. You can grill the chicken.
Yes.
You
A
know,
baked potato does not take a lot.
no, and then I mean, there's just so many things they could do that they just don't do, and it doesn't cost anymore.
Yeah.
It's
It
not more
doesn't.
expensive to do that.
Yep.
So
Especially in
it's
the
just,
purchase that they buy, because they're
yeah,
buying in bulk. They're not buying per day.
right. So a lot of the things in that industry need a lot of improvements
I agree. I
from
agree.
what I saw. Um, yeah, so it's I just find it frustrating. I mean, the best thing you could be doing for people is giving them great nutrition when they're in the hospital, like solid, really good nutrition,
Yep.
like something like the trifecta.
Yeah.
I mean, if everybody would serve trifecta that was in a hospital, they would get better faster.
Yep.
I really, and they're easy meals. You just
Yeah.
microwave them and pull them apart, and they taste great.
Exactly. And for those
So
who Trifecta is a food service company,
yeah,
and it's high quality,
mhm.
frozen, delivered to you fresh food, because you're
Yeah,
getting real meat, real
real
fish,
meat.
real
They have
beef.
buffalo. They
Yeah.
have
Yeah.
steak. They have all
Rice,
kinds of different
potatoes.
meals.
Yeah.
It's amazing. If
Yeah.
they fed people stuff like that instead of the stuff that they're making in these kitchens,
Yep.
the people would just be better.
Yeah.
They,
Absolutely.
they would heal better. They would heal faster, and their
Yep.
protein intake would be better. Okay, that's my soapbox one for today. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Go out there and be the best you can be. And as always, train hard, train smart, and be the best you can be. I will be back.